joining us on TV. We're live for Super Bowl 57. Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe. I'm Jen Hale. Good morning.
Good morning, Phoenix! I have an announcement to make. I think the Phoenix Suns just won the NBA championship. They did. They just won the NBA championship. Kevin Durant is a Phoenix Sun.
Man, I am so happy to be here today. So happy the crowd is great. And the best part about everything, there's only one measly, stinky Cowboy fan today.
Not true. Not true. I see him everywhere. You're wrong. He's already wrong. There must be 20 Cowboys, 30, 40 Cowboys. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up.
No,
I appreciate it.
That's Skip's homeboy right there. That's how he got it. Let's go, Jim. Let's go. We ready.
We got fans from all the teams. It is an awesome studio audience. We're so glad you're here. Guys, we have a packed show because we have so much to talk about with the Super Bowl, but man, development's just not stopping in the association. So let's start there. I think the Suns did indeed just win the West.
No, they didn't. Guess what? Is Devin Booker playing right now? No, he's injured. Is Kevin Durant playing right now?
Devin just played a little bit. He played 24 minutes, but he's working his way
back. What about KD?
He is not until after the break. But after the break, he's going to break you in two.
Can I ask you a question? Let me ask you a question. Are they playing basketball now?
Yeah.
So why isn't he playing now?
Because he's got a little knee issue.
A little knee issue.
He's always got a little issue.
So you took the words right out of my mouth. Do you know in the last 3 years, not counting the year, the first year that he rehabbed the whole year, he's missed 83 games
that is correct.
83 and counting.
Okay, what if he doesn't miss any more?
If. You say, do they win championship on if?
No. Do you like what they look like on paper?
I do offensively. Yep. Now who's going to defend? Mikal Bridges, 3-and-D guy, finished second in the defensive player of the year last year.
Sure
Jae Crowder, a defensive guy.
Big loss, I agree.
So now you're going to put a lot of points on the board. Yep. Who are you going to stop? You know, DeAndre Ayton, he comes and goes. He might give you 20 and 15. He might give you 10 and 6. He and Monty Williams, they always button heads.
Right.
Chris Paul is not the Chris Paul from 3 or 4 years ago. He's old and slow. Now,
but can he, to use your favorite expression, summons it up on occasion?
When are those occasions going to happen?
When the playoffs start.
I walk around very healthy on occasion. Okay. Not very often, though, but on occasion. But here's the better question, Skip. Why didn't they want Chris Paul? You would like to think I'm going to try to get as many great players from you if you getting Kevin Durant, because we know what KD is when he's healthy.
Okay.
Why didn't they want Chris Paul?
Sometimes the best trades you make are the ones you don't make, right? Because he was about to be traded to Kevin Durant at Brooklyn, right? He was on the trading block, and all of a sudden, Kevin comes to him in Phoenix, and he's in the catbird seat.
What if the Brooklyn Nets all of a sudden say, well, we don't really want him?
Don't want who?
Chris Paul.
Okay. Well, again, they didn't. I don't know why they didn't take the deal, and we wouldn't be.
Shouldn't I tell you something? Chris Paul, point guard, one of the all-time great point guards.
Yeah.
They got a young team. They need veteran leadership. They didn't want Chris Paul. That's neither here nor there. But here's the thing, Skip. Yes, I like what they have offensively. We know Devin Booker, he gets nicked during the playoffs. Remember that hamstring? He got a hamstring issue, dealing with that now. Kevin Durant, every year, it's always a knee issue. DeAndre Ayton, he has issues with the coach, and he's a low-energy guy. You never like the guy's energy. Now, all of a sudden, you beating the drums like the Phoenix Suns have won the title. What happened?
They got the 7-foot monster, the nuclear weapon called Kevin Durant.
That nuclear weapon, so when is he going to detonate? He hadn't detonated, but in Golden State.
Well, in Brooklyn, he came within a toenail on the line shot of beating the team that was about to beat the Phoenix Suns for the championship.
I hope we don't get a pedicure out here either. So toenails will stay off the line. Because you keep bringing up those toenails and they're growing by the second.
It was just a little, it was his little toe that was on the line, or you were in big trouble.
Look, the one thing I will say about the Phoenix Suns, Skip, they got an all-time great player who's in the first year of a 4-year deal. So they have him for 3 more years. I got one more thing before I turn it over to you. Hey, Ja, y'all still good in the West?
Yeah.
Hey, Dylan Brooks, y'all still got the little mini dynasty going on over there?
Yep.
All of a sudden...
Touche. I agree with you.
All of a sudden, the Grizzlies don't look as promising as they once did, Don.
Okay.
Go ahead, take off.
My turn. I woke up in the middle of the night out here, and I glanced at my computer, and I said, what?
Yeah.
I'm talking about bombshell.
True.
I'm talking about nuclear. Yeah. I'm talking about Kevin Durant to Phoenix? Mm-hmm. Are you kidding me? Okay, they gave up a good deal to get him. They gave up 3 really nice pieces because Mikal Bridges was, as you point out, he was the runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year.
And having a career high this year in points.
Okay. Jae Crowder, I've always liked him, especially in big playoff games. He plays big.
Yeah.
I will give you all of the above.
Cam Johnson.
And Cam Johnson is a really nice player.
Young player,
He's a good rotation player, and every time he stepped on the floor, good things started to happen.
Correct.
But they didn't give away their 3 big pieces because if you put Kevin Durant with Chris Paul, even though he's 37 years of age, he will summons it up on occasion, and the occasion will last through the playoffs. If you put him with a Devin Booker, who to me is just entering his prime right now,
I agree.
all of a sudden you have nuclear plus nuclear. And all of a sudden I'm looking at DeAndre Ayton, and I'm saying, well, wait a second. He did get his money, so he's happy with his big picture situation. He and Monty have clashed.
Yes.
But I'm going to bet on Monty Williams to rise and shine like the sun that's rising right now because he's one of the best coaches in this league, and I think he will be the perfect sort of he is the center of their universe. He keeps everything in order to me because they've done nothing but good things under Monty Williams.
I agree with that, Skip,
okay.
But let me ask you a question. Do you not remember DeAndre Ayton getting benched in a Game 7?
It got ugly.
It got ugly.
Yeah, I mean, they were exchanging some barbs. For the whole front row could hear some of the things.
And they've clashed several times this year.
Okay, but
so
I'm looking at what he's doing. He is averaging DeAndre Ayton a career-high 18.4 points a game. I'd say that works. That somehow they are coexisting. And Monty Williams is not a bad guy. He's Jen knows this because she dealt with him. He's as good a human as there is in this league, right?
Yes.
Okay, just the bet, right? So, again, if DeAndre Ayton has a problem with Monty Williams, that is DeAndre's fault.
Okay.
And he's going to have to get over it because he's got Kevin Durant on his side. Kevin bleeping Durant. All right?
So do you believe DeAndre Ayton wants to be there? Because I think he kind of made it clear he didn't.
Okay.
They reluctantly gave him his money.
Okay. When you look around and there's Chris Paul and there's Kevin Durant and there's Devin Booker, you just say, okay, it's time for me to do what I'm supposed to do. He's 7 feet tall. He was the first overall pick. And he's just now he's averaging 10 boards. So he's 18.4 and 10 rebounds. That's championship material when you put the other 3 weapons
But
around.
what about you tell me if he's averaging a career high 18 points and he's 7 foot tall. What about when he gives you 10 and he plays like he's 6 foot tall?
Okay, well, sometimes he did. And yet, I'm going to take Monty to task a little bit because when they finally reached the finals against your man Giannis, what happens? Did they build a wall?
No,
they
his
did not
pride
build
got in
a
the
wall.
way.
Okay, he said, I'm going to let DeAndre take him straight up, head-to-head, mano-a-mano, one-on-one.
How'd that work out for
And
him?
he got cooked.
Yeah, he did. Cooked him. Yeah.
Okay, that was the difference in that series. You know it, and I know it. There's a better way to defend, and they will figure this out.
But how they going to Skip? They don't
And
have
remember, they were up 2-0 in that series.
Yes, and lost 4 straight.
And then Devin Booker pulled his hamstring. Okay. Okay.
So you mean tell me he get hurt? Booker get hurt?
I'm going to give you this. If one of those 3 gets hurt in a playoff run, I'm out. I'm disqualified. But if somehow they manage to get unscathed through the whole playoff run, something very special is about to happen here because you say there are only 27 games left, but Kevin Durant is the ultimate chemistry player. You can just throw him into Golden State and he'll figure it out because he doesn't really need the ball.
No.
He's as efficient a big-time scorer as we've ever seen in the history of this league. So if you say, here, can you play with Chris Paul? Is he not as great a quarterback, a field general as you've ever seen, right?
But I'm gonna do to you what you do to me with Nikola Jokic. What about the other end?
Yeah.
You keep telling me about Booker, you keep telling me about KD, and sometimes Chris Paul can sum it up, and DeAndre Ayton is averaging a career high. But what about the defensive end? Who's going to guard someone?
Okay. They still have Torrey Craig, and I like Torrey Craig a lot, and I think he'll defend it.
Torrey Craig, Jenny Craig. Ain't none of them Mikal Bridges or Jae Crowder.
Okay. Kevin Durant defends at a high level when he's engaged in the playoffs. He's 7 feet tall, and he is a rim protector.
Yes.
DeAndre Ayton will defend when he decides to, and maybe he'll. It's time for him to decide.
You can't win a title when you tell me guys
Yeah.
decide to do something. That's got to be a normal occurrence.
Okay, now, here's the biggest picture. This is what I love about what just happened. You realize the Phoenix Suns now have a brand new owner because the old owner was a bad guy.
Yes.
And the old owner got kicked out.
Yes.
Okay, so the new owner is only 43 years of age, and his name is Matt Ishbia. And probably a lot of people, maybe some of the Phoenix Suns fans, know who he is, but around the country, not yet. He's about to become a household name. How many times have we talked about Joe Tsai owning the Brooklyn Nets? Because it was always Joe Tsai. How are you going to deal with Kyrie? How are you going to deal with KD? Matt Ishbia just plunged like very few people will ever plunge because he just doubled his luxury tax, just doubled it to add KD. I can't even figure out how they're making the salaries fit under the cap, but apparently it worked.
Because they got everybody on max salaries.
Okay, he's got 4 max salaries, and I don't know how, but that's Golden State all over again, where they figured it out.
Right.
Matt Ishbia, would you believe, played college basketball for Tom Izzo at Michigan State as a walk-on, as a walk-on.
Okay.
But he was a very good high school player, and he actually played. He started 1 game for Michigan State, but he's basically just your practice fodder kind of player. 5'10" guard. Grew up in suburban Detroit. Father owned a mortgage lending company, which he inherited. So he was handed a big silver spoon. But his basketball IQ, having played in 48 games for Michigan State, I got to tell you, I bet it's about as high as any owner's basketball IQ in this league.
Right.
Outside of that guy in Charlotte, whose basketball IQ doesn't seem to apply to picking players.
Exactly.
Right?
Okay, I give you that.
You know who I'm talking about. The greatest player ever, right?
Touche,
That's a big touche.
Yeah.
Okay, but Matt Ishbia said, hey, what's the old David Stern line? What he would always tell a new owner? Hey, welcome to the NBA. You're 1 player away from winning a championship. That's what it is.
Right.
It's 1 player away. And Matt Ishbia at 43 said, wait a second, I just bought the Phoenix Suns, and Brooklyn says I can have Kevin Durant. I'm going to have to give him my whole future. I'm going to have to get, what was it, 4 first-round picks? 4 first-round picks. So here, I'm going all in. I'm plunging right out of the box because I was on the 2000 Michigan State Spartans. Remember the Flintstones? Remember Mateen Cleaves?
Yep.
Okay, so Matt Ishbia was sitting on the bench watching this from the inside out saying, oh, that's how you win the national championship, right?
Yeah.
So he has an IQ for this is what it takes. You got to applaud this man. He just said, I'm all in right here, right now.
Hold on, time out, wait a minute. I was just saying, you was talking, I was thinking about something. What happened to the Clippers winning the title? This man been talking about the Clippers for you told me for 4 months, if Kawhi's healthy and PG and Ty Lue coaching, the Clippers are going to win the title.
Okay.
Are you out on the Clippers?
I can only speak to what I see.
What you see?
Did Phoenix have Kevin Durant to start the year?
No.
Well, obviously, again, if this stays healthy, they're better than the Clippers. They're better than your Denver Nuggets with that guy who doesn't play any defense.
Oh, but you got a bunch of guys that don't play defense.
Okay, that is not true. Kevin Durant plays defense at a high level, and he's got something to prove because the Boston Celtics played a whole lot of defense on him last year, right?
And he didn't stop Jason. Remember Jason Tatum? That was his coming out party against Brooklyn.
Okay. He is a man on a mission this year. He didn't want to be in Brooklyn. You know what? This is the beauty of this. Kevin Durant signed off on this because he was pushing to go to the Phoenix Suns. Because I think he wanted to play with Chris.
Right.
I think he wanted to say CP3 because he said this before. I would like to at some point help Chris win a ring.
Right.
Okay, well, here you go. He followed Kyrie to Brooklyn, and you know and I know it was like an afterthought. Kyrie said, let's go to Brooklyn. And Kevin said, no, I want to be a Knick. Well, let's see if we can win a championship for the Knicks for the first time since 1973. Kyrie says, no, we got 2 Max. We got 2 Max over here. Let's go to the Nets because I grew up loving the Nets. How did that work out? And Kevin's heart was never in it.
No.
In the playoffs last year, I kept telling you, he's half-hearted. He doesn't even want to be on the floor. You could just see it. Now he wants to be a Phoenix Sun.
Yes, and this should have happened last summer.
Yeah.
Because Kevin Durant was never going to be happy with Brooklyn. Once a guy requests a trade, the likelihood, obviously you get situations like Kobe requests a trade and everything works out well, they were able to win titles. But the question that I have for you is that you said he wants to go to Phoenix and help Chris Paul win the title. Is Chris Paul healthy enough? Does he have enough gas in the tank?
I think he's healthy enough. Again, you have to
stay
pick your
healthy?
spots. What's your thing with LeBron now? You say, Well, he's not having that much impact on the one-loss record.
Right.
He's scoring all those points, and they keep losing games.
Right.
Because you tell me Tom Brady, at 45, he plays to this level, but it doesn't equate to impacting the scoreboard.
As you get older, you need more help around you. Hell, as we get older, we need more help to get around.
Okay, I got it. So here we are. Chris Paul, can you give him much more help than he just had?
No, you can't.
Because do you not love Devin Booker when he's
I
right?
love Booker.
I
love
get it.
Booker.
When
Yeah.
his hamstrings are
Hey, he's a bucket.
right?
Kevin Durant is a bucket.
Yeah.
But other guys going to be able to get buckets against them. That's
Okay.
the issue.
Okay. Do you like Campaign? I love Campaign. Can he not spell Chris and let him play 30 minutes instead of 40 minutes?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you like Landry Shamet as a shooter? I do, because he's got guts, man.
You keep telling me about all these shooters. Somebody got to defend. Somebody got to guard the money. Skip.
Okay.
Who's going to guard the money, which is the basket?
Damian Lee's a good player. He'll play both ends.
Damian Lee shoots threes.
Okay. Bismack Biyombo, once a Michael Jordan pick, right?
Bismack Biyombo.
Okay, well,
Really?
he's still there.
Man, this man reaching. He's reaching way up there for Bismack Biyombo.
I'm reaching for the sky because as the sun comes up here in Phoenix, these suns are rising, because all I can tell you is they got Kevin Durant. And they got Devin Booker, and they got DeAndre Ayton, and they got CP3. That's all you need to know.
So if they don't win,
basketball is a one-player sport.
so
in the
if
end.
they don't win the title this year, is this a major, major disappointment?
I would give them one more year. The window would be open one more time around, but that would be it. So again, this new owner, Matt Ishbia, age 43, said, I'm all in to try to win this year or next year, and then it will be over, because Chris he's going to turn 38 here in a couple of months. So, okay, I got it.
So if he don't get it this year, he gonna get a little better at 39, huh?
No, he will not. You know it, and I know it. But do you like their chance? Oh, and by the way, I forgot about another player. T.J. Warren, I've been telling you. T.J. Warren, hey, wait a second. You want to talk about a bucket?
Yeah.
Hey, you want to talk about a guy who can get you 30 on any given night? Have
You
you
want to
been
talk about a
watching
guy
him
that's
for the
injured?
Nets? Okay, he got thrown into the deal, I guess, for cap purposes, but he's a Phoenix Sun. He came with Kevin.
I know.
That should be illegal.
Skip.
Seriously.
Skip, the guy, you got to realize he's just coming back from playing in the bubble. He missed damn near 2 years.
He did, but have you been watching? I've been watching him every night. He'll get in and play 15 minutes and score 15 points, because that's who he is.
And he'll get in sometime and score 3 points. That's who he is.
So maybe you have to just outscore people. Do you have a chance? You better believe you do.
But I'm just trying to figure out how all of a sudden you become so hell-bent on believing in Chris Paul, who's about to be 38 years of age. The last I checked, only wine and cheese gets better with age.
Okay. Do you remember what Chris Paul did to my Clippers one night in a closeout Game 6 at what used to be called Staples? Do you remember what he did in the third quarter and the fourth quarter?
Yes.
I've never seen anything like it before.
Yes.
Yeah, he shot them out of their own building. He shot them right down into the basement.
I also remember what he did in games 5, 6.
Yeah.
I mean, 6 and 7
in the
against
finals.
Mavericks. Against the Mavericks last
Against the
year.
Mavericks last year. Okay, but they got there and they were in position. If Book doesn't pull his hamstring, they're going to win that championship, right?
No, Book played well. Remember, Book came back and dropped 40.
He pulled his hamstring after Game 2. He pulled his hamstring.
He dropped, what was that, Game 5?
Yeah, but he was limping all through Game 3, and then all of a sudden the roles reversed, and all of a sudden they lost all their momentum.
They couldn't do anything with Giannis.
Yeah.
That had the most to do with it.
Okay, well, I like this team over Giannis' team. Come on, Kevin Durant?
Did you not just tell me what Giannis did to DeAndre Ayton?
You realize Kevin Durant is having a career year. He's averaging 37 and 5 assists. 37 and 5. I mean, come on.
I don't even want to look at Giannis's number.
Yeah.
They're like 32, 14, and 6. Is that career?
Okay, and does he have, who else is on that team?
Chris Middleton, Holiday.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'll give you that.
Okay.
And I'll give you they're a little better defensive team, but they're not a better offensive team.
Yeah, then y'all gonna score.
Yeah.
But y'all ain't gonna stop anybody.
I'm a y'all now.
You're the one that hired
I just say what I see.
You hype. That's your team. So now you the Phoenix Suns, huh?
Well, they got. I never even liked them. I've never even cared for the Phoenix Suns. But you know what I think of Kevin Durant? And he's 34. I'd say he's got 2 years of prime left. I'm talking about big-time prime.
I hear the old saying, when you're in Rome, do as the Romans do. So I guess in Phoenix, do as the Phoenicians do.
It was
you're Phoenix Suns now.
Again, did I pull off this track? I didn't have anything to do with that. I just looked at my computer in the middle of the night and said, the Phoenix Suns just won the championship.
Well, Ash sent me a text in the middle of the night. I'm like, this better be good.
Yeah.
You waking. phone going, I'm waking up with a text gift. It's like Kevin Durant got traded.
Yeah, and you know who I hated it for in the middle of the night? After all the news, which we're about to talk about here, about what the Lakers did to get better.
Yeah.
It's this and this. And
right.
This. The main thing was addition by subtraction. They got rid of Russ, okay? And poor LeBron James, now he has to look up in the standings and say, wait a second, Dallas got Kyrie and Phoenix got Kevin Durant?
We got
and it's
D'Lo.
like, well, what am I supposed to do?
We got D'Angelo Russell.
You got D'Angelo Russell? Congratulations.
Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't get the major. We got a nice parting gift, but it'll suffice.
Yeah. So let's talk about those Lakers.
Indeed. Guys, the Suns in 5th in the Western Conference right now at 29-26. We'll see how much damage they can do on the back third of the season after the All-Star break. All right, coming up here on Undisputed, let's discuss those Lakers. The Lakers also become serious title threats with their trade. You know who thinks they did. And is Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts more valuable to their team? We've got so much more Undisputed.
Kicks off Super Bowl Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.